guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and then hit your notification bell for all new videos. Today we're going to dive in talking about mental health and some of the bad mental habits that people have, including myself, when it comes to your thought pattern, and just really wanting to bring this to light to shed some information. That way you can hone in on some of these habits that you may have and want to change and overcome. That way you can always just better yourself. So these are some mental health habits that I think hinder people from growing, changing, and basically having a better environment and better life. So the first one is talking to yourself in a negative way. I think that a lot of people talk bad about themselves when it comes to their image, their worth, their mindset, what they have to bring to the table, their value. And when you have that type of negative mindset and you talk to yourself that way, it actually reflects on the world and how people view you, as well as how you view others. Because if you have a bad, poor image of yourself, then you don't really have much expectations of people having a better image as well. Gossiping about other people is another mental negative bad habit to have, because if you spend your days having someone else on your mind, talking about someone else's problems, someone else's issues, you basically are hiding from who you are and what your problems are and what your issues are and the things you need to work on, because the only way to have a better life is to take care of yourself and not worry about others. So I would recommend definitely getting the gossiping out, because if you spend so much time talking about other people, you will lose who you are. Assuming you won't be able to do things you haven't tried. So this is the same thing for a food that you never tasted that you say is nasty. If you've never tried it, you don't know how it is. So if you've never done it, you don't know if you're going to be good at it or bad at it. And instead of looking at the negative part about it, look at the positive. And even if you aren't good at it, then take the lesson that you learned from it, because there's always a lesson in something you can and can't do. And sometimes the things that you can't do is actually pushing you toward the things that you can. This next one is not following through on the things that you plan or set out to, whether it's daily tasks or future goals. I think it's important to always try to get the small wins before the big ones. It actually helped me a lot. Once I started going through my day with those small goals and hitting them, it gave me the confidence to start hitting the bigger goals and just keep pushing forward. And then even on the days I procrastinate, I still try to push through the daily tasks. That way I know that at least I got the day's work done. And then if there is something that I am missing, I still try to look at what I did do. So always looking at the positive instead of the negative. And even if you are not doing the best for your big goals, if you're hitting your small goals, then you're getting toward it. Talking to people that drain your energy is the same as gossiping, except for sometimes you can find yourself speaking to people who only talk about negative things, who only complain about life, who only talk about someone else's business or someone that's doing them wrong, or a personal opinion that they feel about someone else that they should be talking to them about. These are kind of conversations that can drain your energy and then take you off focus on something positive, something that's going to uplift you, something that's going to encourage you, as well as something important that you need to do in your own life. You can find yourself giving your energy to so many people, listening to them and their struggles, their complaints, that you start to lack and not focus on yourself, which can be really straining on your mental, because now you're putting other people's problems in your head instead of your own. I say that this one is called thinking the worst case scenario. So always thinking the worst out of a situation, regardless of what it is. I tend to have that as an issue that I am overcoming. I always look at the worst case scenario before the best, because I always try to come up with a plan for the worst case scenario before I try to come up with a plan for the best case. So I definitely think that this is a really good mental health habit that you need to reel in on and try to focus on if you have this problem, because this can hinder you. So I don't mean like reel in on it like it's a good habit, but reel in on it like, okay, I do this. I need to really focus on how to stop thinking in a negative mindset and think more in the positive mindset. because your mindset is what's going to push you forward. Your mindset and what you speak into your existence, into your world, is what you will receive. Last but not least, guys, taking care of your mental and emotional health, recognizing your feelings, recognizing your needs, recognizing your boundaries, and recognizing your wants, because there's a difference between wants and needs, and understanding how to portray them out into the world and how to say them out into the world, as well as learning how to speak your boundaries, because boundaries are important for your mental and emotional health. Because once you know what affects you and what hinders you when people do certain things, you will know what boundaries, what to put in place, so those will be prevented and you won't have those kind of issues. That was a quick video, you guys. I wanted to just give you these bad habits that really affect your mental health, that you should really take a look into if you are doing them, and work on overcoming them and finding different strategies and tactics, as well as I will call it mental health practices. That way you can overcome these habits and become making good and better habits. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this wasn't too quick of a video. I am in a rush today, but be blessed.